Hello, welcome to the HR Diary. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use ChatGPT for customer service. These are the 10 examples that I will cover. I will show you how ChatGPT can help you write job description, draft a mystery shopper checklist, draft a retail customer service incentive plan, predict customer service rating, prescribe interventions to enhance customer service training effectiveness, draft a course content for retail customer service assistant, draft the competencies and training plan for retail customer service assistants, draft the high potential assessment criteria, propose the recruitment strategy, and draft interview questions for the customer service assistant. Now, if I go to chat.open.ai.com, I will be brought to this screen. Now you have to log on to chat.openai to come here. So to learn how to sign up and log into this ChatGPT, you can go to here. This course which I have placed here, ChatGPT crash course, how to sign up and use ChatGPT. So this course teaches you how to sign up and use ChatGPT. So I have provided this link at the bottom of my YouTube video. Check it out. Now let's go back to the ChatGPT screen. So this is the ChatGPT interface. You can start asking it questions in the text box at the bottom of your screen here. Now let's get back to the Excel spreadsheet for our first example. So I will be running through this 10 example. In the first example, I want ChatGPT to write a job description for a retail customer service assistant. So let's get to chat.openai.com. At the chat box here, type, write a job description for a retail service assistant. And then you can either hit enter at your keyboard or you can click this button. So ChatGPT gives me the job description starting with the job title, the job summary, the responsibilities, and even the requirements. Right? Isn't it cool? Now, let's ask it to do something else. Something in addition. I want it to write in bullet points the decision making required for the customer service assistant, for the retail customer service assistant. So now I want it to write down the decision making required for this job. Let's click this button and see. So this customer service assistant, they decide when to approach customer to offer assistance. They determine the customer needs and preferences. So they list down the list of decision making required for this job. So next, I also want it to write in bullet points the problem solving required for the retail customer service assistant. All right. Then I can hit enter on my keyboard and it lists down that the problem solving that this customer service assistant does is identifying and resolving customer complaints or issues in a timely, effective manner. And then sometimes they need to troubleshoot technical issues with point of sale systems, find solutions to restocking or inventory management, So it lists down a list of problem solving required for the retail customer service assistant. So we have got ChatGPT to write a job description for retail customer service assistant. Now let's get it to draft a mystery shopper checklist for the retail customer service assistant. To do that, let's get to this chat box and type draft a mystery shopper checklist for retail customer service assistant. And then you hit this key and let's see. So it has drafted five checklists. So I asked it to draft a mystery shopper checklist for the retail customer service assistant. So the checklist is this job needs to one of it is greeting and customer service, one is product knowledge and recommendation, 3 is sales process and transaction, 4 store environment and cleanliness, 5 follow-up and customer feedback. So the mystery shopper will need to check under greeting and customer service whether did the service retail assistant greet you promptly and with a smile. So you rate the service assistant on this. You will also rate whether did the retail service assistant offer assistance in a friendly and helpful manner, and whether did they actively engage you and ask questions to determine your needs. It also check out the product knowledge, whether the retail service assistant demonstrates good understanding of the products and service being offered. So, yep. So that's the checklist. Now let's move on to the next example. Now we want ChatGPT to draft a retail customer service incentive plan. So how do we do that? Let's get back to ChatGPT. And at the bottom at this chat box, we can type draft a retail customer service assistant incentive plan. Retail customer service incentive plan. All right. And then we can click on this button. So it gives you the objective, eligibility, performance criteria. So it lists down all these performance criteria, and then it gives you the incentive plan, which includes the rating from below average to exceptional, and it even gives you the calculation. So if the base salary is 2,000 and the performance rating for the month is exceptional, the incentive amount would be 5%. So if the performance is excellent, it gives 4% incentive, good 3%, average 2%, below average, no incentive. Then it even writes out the payment frequency that you'll be paid at the end of each month, along with the regular salary, how you'll be communicated, and that management reserves the right to modify the plan. Ooh, let's get on to our next example. Now let's move on to predictive analytics. We want to predict customer satisfaction based on the course rating, trainers rating, and course material rating. So in this example, I want to predict the customer satisfaction rating based on the course trainers rating and the course material rating. So here I have some historical data where each row represents, say, a staff, how they rate the trainer, how they rate the course material, and how the customer rate them. All right, so we have some material here. So let's select this database, right click, and click the copy. Then we go back to ChatGPT and this checkbox, left click, and right click and select the paste and click here. Okay. So notice this table data, when I paste, it looks like this, which is a little difficult to read. So I want ChatGPT to convert this into a table. So we can do this by typing convert the above data set into a table. And then we click on this, or you hit enter at your keyboard. And so it converts it into a nice table. Right? It converts this data that I pasted there into a table. Next, I want ChatGPT. My instruction would be using the above data, derive a regression formula to predict customer satisfaction rating given trainer rating equals to 80 and course material rating equals 80. So now the example is, I want, if a trainer is rated 80 and the course material is 80, what is the predicted customer satisfaction rating? So I want ChatGPT to derive a regression formula, and then using that formula to predict, when trainer rating is 80, course material is 80, what is the customer service rating? So now let's click on this and see. So I expect it to be around at least 8. All right. It's still deriving the formula. Cool. Here's the formula. So the regression formula to predict customer service rating given trainer rating and course material is this. All right. So if the customer rating is 80, course material rating is 80, predicted customer is, aha. So it did not generate fully. Sometimes it hangs there. Let's ask it to regenerate the response. In this case, click on this. So it regenerates the response. And remember, my question is to derive a regression formula to predict customer rating. I want it to have a formula to predict this given trainer rating and the course material rating. So let's see. So it does a lot of calculation. You can read through if you want, but we can look at here. Yes, it is here. Okay, you got it. The regression formula to predict customer service satisfaction rating given trainer rating and course material rating is this. So this is the formula. All right. And then it plugs in the value 80 into the trainer rating. Course material 80, it plugs into here. All right. And it gives you a rating of 6.04. All right. So what it's saying is, if customer rating is 80 and course material is 80, the customer satisfaction is 6.04. So now let's ask it to do another example. Let's try another one. Using the same regression formula predict the customer satisfaction rating given trainer rating equals 30 and course material rating equals, let's say, 20. And then let's click on this button and let's take a look. Here it is. So this is the formula. And they fit in the 30 into the formula for trainer rating. Cost manager 20, they fit it inside here, 20 here, and the customer satisfaction is this. So what it's saying is, given if the trainer rating is 30, cost material is 20, the customer satisfaction is 3.2, is low, right? Just now, if the trainer rating is high at 80, the cost material rating is high at 80, the customer satisfaction is higher at 6.04. Now, let's try another example. I want it to, here, using the same regression formula, predict the increase in customer satisfaction rating for every 1% increase in trainer rating. Let's click this button and see. So it tells you how it calculates. And here's the answer. For every 1% increase in trainer rating, the customer satisfaction rating is predicted to increase by 0.057. So now, instead of trainer rating, I want it to, using the same regression formula, predict the increase in customer rating for every 1% increase in cost material rating. Now, let's take a look. So it shows you how it calculates, it explains, and here's the answer. For every 1% increase in cost material rating, the customer satisfaction rating is predicted to increase by 0.57. Now, let's get back to our spreadsheet. So I have shown you how to predict customer rating based on a course trainer's rating and course material rating. Now, let's ask ChatGPT to prescribe interventions to enhance customer service training effectiveness. So let's get back to chat.openai.com. And at this here, we can type prescribe interventions to enhance customer service training effectiveness in bullet points for retail customer service assistant. And let's see. All right, then we click on this button. So here it gives me, here are some interventions to enhance customer service training effectiveness for retail customer service assistants. So some example it gives use role-playing exercises to simulate different customer scenarios and help employees practice handling difficult situations. Another example it gives is to provide on-the-job coaching and feedback to employees to reinforce training concepts and help them improve their performance. And it also suggests using real-life case studies. So it gives you a whole list of interventions to enhance customer service training effectiveness. Now, next, number 6, I want it. ChatGPT can also draft a course outline for customer service assistance. So to do this, get on to here and simply type draft a course outline for retail customer service assistant. And you hit enter on the keyboard. And here it is. So it gives you the title. And then it drafts for you the course overview, the course duration, the course outline, and it lists all these course outline. Like you need to have an introduction to it. Then it says you need communication skills, handling difficult situations, product knowledge and sales techniques, building customer relationships, technology and customer service, teamwork and customer service, and then some action planning. Now, so we have ChatGPT has drafted the course outline for retail customer service assistance. ChatGPT can also draft competencies and training plan for the retail customer service assistant. Let's check it out. So here, you can ask it to do so by typing draft the competencies needed for a retail customer service assistant. And I also want it to recommend the course to address each of the competencies. Let's make it more difficult for ChatGPT. I want it to also include the course name, course fee, and course link. So I'm asking ChatGPT to do a lot of work for me. And I hit enter on the keyboard. Let's see. So it said, sure, here are some competencies needed for retail customer service assistant along with the recommended courses to address each competency. So for the retail customer service assistant, one of the competency needed is communication skills. And then you recommend me the course here, the course name, the course fee, the course link. Then the next competency is product knowledge. And it not only says that, it recommends the course for it, including the link. And next, problem solving competency, customer service excellence competency. Yep, so it provided me with the whole list of competencies and the courses. Next, ChatGPT can also draft the high potential assessment criteria for retail customer service assistant. Let's see how to do it. How you can word it is, I will ask it to suggest 3 high potential assessment criteria for a retail customer service assistant. Then you can click on here and let's see. So it says here are three high potential assessment criteria for a retail customer service assistant. First is their customer service satisfaction score. 2 is their sales performance. And 3 is their adaptability. Then it also describes then But if you don't like this, you can also click the regenerate response. All right. If you don't like these three, the answers that I give, just click on this and let's see. So now at least adaptability as the first criteria, customer satisfaction, and sales ability. I think 3 is too little. Let's copy this and let's paste this. I can say suggest 6 high potential assessment criteria. And let's click this and take a look. Looks like adaptability is often there. I think is probably a very important criteria. Customer satisfaction, sales ability. Then it now includes problem solving, communication, and teamwork. So you can change your question and it gives you a different answer. Let's move on to our next example. Now, in our example 9, I want to ChatGPT to help me to propose a recruitment strategy to source for the retail customer service assistant. So let's get back to here. And you can do it by at this chat box. Let's type propose a recruitment strategy to source for the retail customer service assistant. And I want it to also include the link of the most effective job portals for retail customer service assistant in the US, Singapore, and Australia, and explain why you recommend these job portals. Then you can either click on this button or you hit the enter key, and let's see. So it's giving me, sure, here's the recruitment strategy to source for retail customer assistant. So it tells me job posting, social media, referrals, recruitment agency, and next it recommends me the job portal in the US, Singapore, and Australia. So it recommends me for US, I can use Indeed.com, Glassdoor.com, RetailGeeks.com. This is an interesting portal. Then in Singapore, we can use JobStreet, JobCentral.com. We can use Gumtree.sg. We can use SDJob.s3.sg. Then it tells you these job portals are popular in Singapore and have a dedicated section for customer retail positions. Then in Australia, you can use seek.com.au, career1.com.au, and indeed.com.au. So it can give you very specific job portal. Now let's go to our last, the number 10 example. I want ChatGPT to draft the interview questions for the retail customer service assistant. So at this chat box, we can type, write the job interview questions for the retail customer service assistant. And then let's click on this button. So ChatGPT say, sure, here are some job interview questions for the retail customer service assistant. So it lists down 15 questions. For example, can you tell us about your previous experience in a customer service role? How do you handle difficult customers or situations? Okay, maybe let's see whether can you propose the answers to the answers, no, propose the replies to the above 15 job interview questions that you listed, and let's hit enter. Aha. So it tells me he cannot propose the reply, but he can suggest some general tips for responding to the interview questions. For example, review your previous customer service experience and be prepared to provide specific examples of how you handled different customer situations. So it gives you a few interview tips, 15 interview tips. All right. Like when you, for the question, how do you handle difficult customers or situations? So ChatGPT gives you some tips. For example, it said you can explain how you approach managing difficult customers, such as remaining calm, listening actively, and finding solutions to their problems. All right. Okay, next, we can also ask ChatGPT to draft a case study to test the interview for the retail customer service assistant. And then I want it to provide me with the suggested answer to the case study. Let's see if we can do that. And let's click on this. So it's drafting for me the case study of dealing with a difficult customer. Wow, that's great. So it actually gives me a case study here. And not only it gives me a case study for dealing with difficult customer, it gives me the suggested answer here. All right. So now I have went through these 10 examples of how ChatGPT can help you with customer service issues. Okay, that's it. I hope that you find the video useful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the HR Diary channel.